What's good, y'all? My name is Dylan Green, and this is Real Notes, a space dedicated to blurring the cultural and artistic lines between rap and film. I'm here to chop it up with everyone from rappers and producers to journalists and video directors about their relationship to movies and how, if at all, film inspires their craft. My guest this week is New York rapper Marcel Allen. We spoke about Shutter Island, Halloween Kills, Scary Movie, his love of horror movies, watching the movie Cornbread, Earl and Me for the first time, our favorite hood classics of all time, his appreciation for every subgenre of rap, his relationship with producers Thelonious Martin and Jacob Rochester, and the creative process behind his debut album, Ebony Goddess. Come fuck with us. What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to Real Notes. I'm organized. I did it. I figured out a way to fucking ask people ahead of time to do things instead of waiting, and I did it. And we're here. It's been a crazy last 4 months. But we're back, and I don't know why I'm talking like I've been gone. I haven't been gone. I haven't been doing shit. But it's Dylan Green, CineMasai. I got a lot of names. I do a lot of things. I'm all over the place, and we're talking to somebody very, very special who's been making music for a minute, but is finally starting to release it so people can hear it. His really, really crazy new project, Ebony Goddess, is out now, fully produced by Jacob Rochester and the homie Thelonious Martin, which is like a huge cosign to have for your debut project. Like, this is a debut project, y'all. And we got Marcel Allen here, man. He's been killing it for the last however long it's been. And thank you for coming on here, bro. I appreciate it.
Thank you for having me, bro. That was an amazing introduction. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Nah, man, of course. You know, like, it's like, I've been listening to Ebony Goddess a lot over the course of the last, like, really ever since it dropped, but just like to hear you do your thing so crazy and just like have this be like the first project you released is really something. And I'm just happy to fucking get you on here and really break all this down, or like not even break the project down, but just like talk about movies and music and fun shit. So
thank you so much for listening, bro. Like, it's crazy. It seems like it's been out for like 6 months, but it's been 2 weeks. But it's just, you know what I mean? I'm glad people are, you know what I mean, receiving it well. So again, thank you, bro. Like, I really appreciate it.
Nah, absolutely. And before we get started with the formal questions, like, because I know, you know, like, you released it on Bandcamp before you put it up on DSPs, which a lot of people do nowadays, which is a really great, like, just because I'm like, I've never thought to ask this to anybody, but like, has there been like a huge difference between dropping the shit on Bandcamp and then releasing it to like what was it like? Like, what was the response like when you first dropped it on Bandcamp versus when you put it up on DSPs last week?
So putting it on Bandcamp, first and foremost, I made money. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's number one. I got to basically, like, it was cool to see because I've never put out a project before. I've usually just done singles and whatever. So I was able to see, you know, the numbers, but people were supporting and buying it. So like, that's amazing. You know, you don't really see the return on a DSP money for however, you know, and even if you don't have a lot astronomical streaming number, your money is not going to look too crazy anyway. So, and also it just feels better in general. It's like, you know, real genuine hand-to-hand support. Like, okay, this is my price. You can pay more if you want. A few people paid more than the $12 asking price. So it was cool. But that was really the only major difference. But as far as like the release and how people are like posting and whatever, you know what I mean? That was pretty much the same. But
right.
The money part is the major difference.
Right. You know, yeah, nah, like, you know, like you'll make more off of one album purchase on Bandcamp than you would off of like fucking like 3,000 Spotify streams, which is like,
it's insane. And it made me think, even because I'm still a very small scale artist, it made me think about, like, I remember I was reading a Reddit thread about Makami and how he got kicked off of Bandcamp because he was selling so many at such a high price. I'm like, he was probably making so much money if they kicked him off. I didn't even make a crazy amount, but I made a lot off a small amount of sales. So I'm like, this is insane. Like, why are we even using the other stuff? But, you know, I get it, but it's just like, damn, you know?
Yeah.
So, it's crazy.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good.
Nah, this shit is just like stacked in like the craziest fucking ways, and they just want you to, like the convenience of streaming is beautiful, but just like
Yeah,
I'm just so happy that we live in a time where people feel like just anybody really just feels compelled enough to like buy something, like that,
bro,
like
it's amazing.
it means so much more now than I feel like it might have even did when like buying was the standard, like it really
Yeah,
like you really gotta fuck with someone heavy to buy their shit.
yeah, and the
Like,
way that the whole market is set up now is really like how you said before, buying was the standard, so it was just regular to buy album. Now you don't even got to do that. So like when you really buy something, that's really like you personally investing in like an artist that you like yo, here's my hard-earned dollar. Thank you for putting out this project. Like music is so optional. Like you don't have to listen to music. So the fact that you bought it is crazy. You know what I mean?
right, man.
Shout out to everybody that bought the album. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for real.
It's
Shout
still
out
up for sale too.
yeah. Go buy it still, like
Hundred
it's
percent.
yeah, just do that. Yeah. I've literally never asked anybody that on the show before, but I was just curious, especially considering that this is your debut and that like you kind
Yeah.
of, we're gonna get into the whole project later. Like I have a lot of questions and shit,
Hey
but
man, let's do it.
but I'm gonna start off with the same question I ask everybody who comes on the show, or the first question. What was the last movie or TV show you saw that you had a strong opinion about?
Um. Okay, I have two. So the
Okay.
last thing I saw in the movie theater was Halloween.
Oh, Halloween Kills.
Yeah, the newest, most recent one. I went on
Yeah.
a date and I saw that. And then second off is a movie I watch all the time, which is Shutter Island.
Oh, wow. So I want to talk about both of these because yeah, I didn't think we were going here today. So what you think about Halloween Kills? Did you
So
like it?
Halloween was just really funny. Like it was just like they were trying so hard to make it like. I mean, I don't see. So I went into the Halloween. I never seen any of the other Halloween, so I never like.
Ooh.
I was just thinking it was a scary movie, but it was very silly. And I'm like, so the girl I was with, shout out to her. We were we were watching. She's trying to explain to me in the theater, like, oh no, you got this person is from this time and that one. I'm like, this just all looks very dumb and it was very fake, and it was just really silly to me. But it was cool. I feel like maybe if I had my prerequisites, I would have looked at it differently. But it was pretty funny. It
That's
didn't scare me at all,
that's so crazy that this is the first Halloween movie.
bro.
It's
First
like,
one, never seen any
wow.
other one.
So at some point, I'm gonna recommend you watch at least the first one because the first one's like a fucking classic. Like that shit's almost 50 years
Yeah.
old and
So
it
in the
still goes
movie, they
crazy.
kept referring to the original thing. So I'm tight because I'm like, damn, I don't have the knowledge. Like I don't know who's who, what's what. I'm just in there raw dog in the movie. You know what I'm saying? And but it was silly to me. But maybe if I see the
Right.
original, I won't. I won't have. I'll have a different opinion.
No, I
But it
get
was
it.
it was good though. It was
No,
funny.
yeah, you like like it's funny because like I think the one before that too, because they put out another like Halloween, I think in like 2019 or 2020. I forget. It was like before the pandemic. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
Like, but like those two movies are those are supposed to be like direct sequels to the very first one because like they made like 10 other Halloween movies. There's one with Busta Rhymes in it, and it's like they like have a it's like a reality show. It's like stay in the house that Michael Myers grew up in for 2 days and win $1 million or whatever. And there's a whole scene of like Busta's one of the producers. He's one of the hosts and the producers on the show, and he kicks Michael through a fucking wall. It's crazy.
Oh
It's
my
like
god.
that shit is silly as hell. Like that's like
Yeah.
such a like
I feel
it's
like this. I also saw the most recent Scream, and it was like that too. It was like they kept referencing the old movie, and they're like, "Oh, this is what happens." They're trying to find the killer, and they're trying to, they're like, "No, they're see if you watch the first one, you would know that this one does that." And everyone that is like, "All right, y'all are doing too much. This is stupid." Like, like come on. Like,
And you and you ain't seen the first Scream either.
No.
Okay.
I didn't see the first Scream. You know, I'm young, man. The first time I seen Scream is the Scary Movie parody. So I'd never even seen the original movie. Like, you know what I mean? What up? That's all I know.
Yeah. That shit is classic, bro. Yeah, because I was like,
that's bigger than the real movie, I feel.
No, I feel it. Yeah, with the fucking tongue coming out the mask. Yeah, like, because for me, like, that was the first time I'd ever seen anything Scream related to, was seeing the first Scary Movie. Because like I was the first Scream came out in '96, so I was 4 years old when the first Scream came out.
Yeah, I was like, 1.
Right, like, you know, like so Scary Movie was my first introduction to the whole concept of Scream, and like I love the first 3 Scary Movies. Like they're stupid but like funny as hell. Like I'll laugh every time I watch the shit to this day. Like
top tier comedy.
Like for real.
Man.
Yeah, nah, for real. And then like, but then to kind of like go back and seeing the original Scream and kind of see and like understanding, like, because like I didn't see it until like much later, and I watched it and I was like, wow, this kind of like started that entire wave of like satirical horror, and like kind of like revived the whole horror. Yeah, because like people thought like horror was gonna die, and then Scream came out and it just like completely picked the whole shit up, and just like to see it play out that way was really cool. And I actually haven't seen Scream 5 yet. My girlfriend saw it, my partner saw it, but I've been
Damn, I ain't mean to ruin it for you, man. My bad.
No, it's cool. I already know everything that's gonna happen. I just gotta like watch it. I'm at that point where I've heard all the plot. I just want to sit and watch it, you know.
It's definitely a good sit and watch movie for sure.
Right. You saw that by yourself, or you saw that with somebody?
No, I saw that on another date, man. I'm out here getting to it, you know.
Felt, bro. Yeah, man. We've been locked up for 2 years and shit. Go get that companionship. Seeing movies with people, like,
got to.
Yeah. I saw Everything Everywhere All at Once for the second time with one of my best friends last night, the homie Kyle. Shout out to Kyle if he's listening. And
Kyle.
Yeah, like, hey, also, like, I haven't talked about it yet, and I've been wanting to. Everybody go see Everything Everywhere All at Once. Like, best movie I know I'm gonna see this year. But like, go see Everything Everywhere All at Once. Shit is fucking crazy. That. Like,
what is it about? What's going on in there?
I don't even know how to. We were talking about this last night. Like, I don't know how to explain this movie without like. It's just one of those where like you watch it and the only thing you want to say is like just go see it. But like, long story short, it's about a Chinese woman and her husband who run a laundromat, and they're getting audited by the IRS. But like while she's going to go get her taxes straight, like she discovers that there's this like big plot across the multiverses to like destroy the entire multiverse. And a different universe version of her husband finds her and talks to her about like I can't even explain what this movie is about without like spoiling. Just like just know that it's just like a bunch of like weird sci-fi gonzo surrealist funny, sad, heartfelt, really just like the weirdest, funniest, coolest thing I've seen in a theater. I don't even know how long. Like, it's kind of like I like really I just wish I could put it into words, but like it's just like it was just so much fun to just sit there and watch it and just like let it just like wash over you. Like I'm never at a loss for words when I'm trying to describe a movie, but just like a Chinese laundromat owner is like also a kung fu master and a chef who works with a dude who has a ratatouille like raccoon on his head. Just go watch the movie, son. That's all I'm gonna say.
I gotta watch that. Got to.
And what was the other thing you said you saw? Because you said Halloween and something else.
Oh, Shutter Island. I watch that all the time.
Talk to me about your relationship with Shutter Island. Why is that a movie you watch?
So the
That's a
first
crazy movie to watch
time
all the time.
so the first time I saw Shutter Island, I was in high school. I went on a trip to it was like I used to take Italian in high school, so I was in the language club. So the language I don't know, whatever. The language club, we go on a trip to Europe. So you can go, we went to Paris, Vienna, and um Venice.
Oh, that's hard.
So we were on the bus traveling to like the next destination. I think, I don't know, like we took the train. I don't remember the details, but I was the only person awake on the bus. And the movie that the bus driver was playing on the little TV was Shutter Island. So I'm just in there like, what is going on? Like, this is crazy. Oh, he's a patient. What? Oh. So then ever since, and it just made my mind, I'm like, what? Like, every time I watch it, I try to keep up to see where maybe, like, okay, is he bugging out here? Is he really like, you know what I'm saying? And every time I watch it, I feel the same confusion in my brain, and that's what makes me like watching it. So yeah, shout out to Shutter Island. That's a great film.
Oh, for real. Like, I remember when I first saw that in the theater and just like watching, like, just like trying to figure, like, just a really fantastic example of a movie that just completely keeps you on your toes the whole time. Like,
Bro,
you never know what's real and what's not. And
when he
like,
went to so like the part where I struggle with, I'm like, so who did he visit in the cave?
right. Like, was she
Like, they were
actually in
looking
the
for the
cave?
patient. They said they found the patient, but then someone else is in the. Who is this person? Like, what is going on here? She's like, did you smoke the cigarettes? Did you let them give you the thing? Did you drink? Did you take an Advil? And he's like, oh my God, I did all. He's like, see, they got you. I got to get out of here. Like, so she just lives in the cave, like on a mountain. Like, what is going on? I don't. It was
Son.
amazing.
Son, like, and you're like, now I'm thinking about it, like, was there even anybody in the cave? Like, did he like walk up
Bro,
to, like, yo, like, he was really just
bro,
like in there, just like, it's almost like it's almost just like Fight Club when like Edward Norton is just like talking to the
bro.
wall when he thinks he's talking to Brad Pitt shit, like, yo.
That's the most amazing part of the movie, because after you see the end, now it makes you question everything that's going on in the film. Like,
Right.
you understand what I'm saying? Like, it's so crazy. I love
Yeah,
that
nah.
movie.
It makes it really rewatchable, even though like like the whole shit is like depressing. It's like
Yeah,
hella depressing, like it's like not a fun movie, but it's
no,
like
not at
it's
all. But it's just like, it's truly a psychological horror. Like,
yeah, and
it
like it's
just
just like
makes me just think. No matter how many times I watch it, like, I'm just like, damn, how I missed it again. When did he become a patient? What is?
right, and just like there's two scenes I always walk away, or three actually. So there's the one where he's having the hallucination about his wife, and they're in the room, and like he hugs her and she turns to ash and just like crumbles, and like the whole room lights on fire. That shit is crazy. The scene where he runs up on the guy in prison who he kind of like thought, like, where he like the person who he thought burned his house down.
Oh
I
yeah,
think it was
Noise, whatever his name
right.
was.
Yeah, yeah. He's played by fucking Jackie Earle Haley, bro, who played you ever see Watchmen before?
I haven't. No.
Okay. Well, long story short, he played the dude Rorschach with the crazy black and white face mask in Watchmen. I love Jackie Earle Haley, but like that scene was crazy, just like the guy like playing with the fire.
Yeah.
And oh wait, no, I lied. Jackie Earle Haley didn't play the guy playing with the fire. That was somebody else entirely. Jackie Earle Haley was the prisoner who was like in the cage, and he was like, "You're a rat in a maze," like the guy with the
Yeah, yeah,
mustache
yeah,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
my
yeah.
fault. That's him. And then the last scene when you find out that he's been a patient, and they've just been like indulging his delusions to see if they could help him, and like
Yeah.
and like they decide like, we're just gonna like lobotomize this nigga right now, like we're just like, he's got to go,
Yeah.
and he's just like on the steps and just
Yeah, that
like
last
having the
scene is just so
conversation,
crazy. Bro
like
looked
just
over at them. He said, "Nope, he's still bugging." Like,
devastating, bro. Like,
I'm like, so this dude wasn't his partner the whole time? Are y'all serious right now?
yeah, man.
This is his therapist? Are y'all nah? What movie was I watching? I feel like also too, like in a real world perspective, it gives like, I don't know if this sounds crazy, but I feel like it gives an insight on maybe how like people who deal with mental illness think or feel. Like, so like maybe they're living like, you know what I mean? Like it almost like introduces us to their whatever they may be going through and like how, you know what I'm saying, how they operate and live and how they might be thinking whatever is going on is real, but we're looking at it from our perspective. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
right. Yeah, no, totally.
it's
Yeah,
definitely an interesting like take on, you know what I mean, how they approach the film. I love
right.
Shutter
Yeah.
Island.
Real it's like real hard to capture that sort of like just it's so hard to capture that state. And and like
Exactly.
I haven't gone through anything like that, so I obviously can't speak on it. But just like even just like a scene where I'm gonna come back to the scene where he's like having the memory with his wife and just like having and just like watching the true story, watching the pieces of the true story eventually come together. And like it turns out that Teddy's like an unreliable narrator, and just like having that, and like from where I'm standing, having that not be this like demonization of like poor mental health, I
Yeah.
guess. Like it's just
It like
really.
humanizes it for, you know, because a lot of people look at, you know, people who deal with mental illness, I feel like in a negative light, or not even negative, but they just don't understand it. I feel like it gave like a, you know, because they made the character somebody you like, I feel like you can like connect, like, nah, like, you know what I'm saying? And then they
Yeah,
flip it on you at the end and you're like, oh damn, all right, well,
yeah,
was he
he
telling the
was.
truth? Like what you know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Yeah, but they just did a really good job of just showing how unstable his mind really was, and like
Yeah.
what, and just like how what he did, how he was able to like shape his entire mind around everything that he did, and just like create this different story. And just like how
Yeah.
it like just like once again, I'm no expert, but they just did a really good job of just showing my man psychosis. Like he was just
Yeah.
really going through it. Like
You know what other part was crazy? Remember at the end when the head doctor guy, he wrote down all the names that he was going by on the whiteboard and they were all the same letters. That's crazy.
yo, like
I was like, bro, what?
yeah,
Like
just like
insane.
yeah, just like really, just like really, really, really well. I've been meaning to rewatch it. Actually, I'm trying to find it on a streaming service.
It was on Netflix for like the last, I think, couple of months, but I think they took it down.
All right, I'm gonna have to dig around and find it. There's a before we move on, there's another movie that's really similar. It came out about like 5 years after. You ever hear of a movie called A Cure for Wellness?
My coworker was telling me about it. He was like, "Yo, if you like Shutter Island, you should watch that." It's crazy
Yeah,
that you said that.
it's almost like I don't want to call it like a I don't want to call it like a copy of it, but it's like it's very, 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 very similar. But it's like it's a little more abstract and a little more like it's a little more like stylistic and artistic than Shutter Island was. Like Shutter Island was very like A Cure for Wellness is also very like down and gritty, but like this is just like it's just like it's like sleeker and like almost grosser in a lot of ways. Like it's a
Mm.
lot gorier. Yeah, like it's a lot gorier, and like the person's like way more of a douchebag, so they're like less sympathetic. And I mean like Teddy's not exactly the best dude in the world either, but like the guy
But
at
you
Cure for
feel
Well,
for him a bit more, yeah.
right? Yeah, nah, this guy doesn't have he doesn't have that he doesn't get as much sympathy from me. But I watched The Cure for Wellness probably about maybe about 3 years ago, and just like thought to myself like this is just like it's like they gave the people behind Shutter Island like way more money and just like sunk it all into like the way it looked and the way it felt. And it looked and like it was cool. It was kind of like I don't know if I'd call it like fantastic, but it was made by the guy who made the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Okay.
And he just has like he just loves really like big visuals like that. But if you like Shutter Island, it's basic. It's not the same, but it's like close enough that you can.
It's like
They're
it's a cousin.
yeah, it's like a companion piece, like a cousin. Yeah, there you go. It's like a cousin. So watch A Cure for Wellness because that was
Tap
pretty cool.
that for sure.
Hell yeah. Um, So it seems to me like just off of those three movies alone, you have like would it be safe for me to call you a fan of horror movies? Like, is that kind of like your
Yeah,
thing?
1000%. Those are like the
Okay.
only movies I really like watching. Like I like
Okay.
I'm really like big on because I feel like I need to feel something. Like I was having this conversation with my mom where I don't like watching a movie and in my mind frame I think I'm watching a movie. Like I feel like I want to watch a movie and be reeled into the world in the cinema. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to watch a movie and completely forget that I'm watching a movie and be like, oh, like you know what I mean? Like most movies I go to, I'm watching and I'm like, all right, like shout out to the crew. I know that, you know what I mean, they did a good job with this, but it's just a film. I don't really care that much. But
Right.
horror movies, they do it for me, I feel.
So do you remember the first time that a movie really pulled you in like that? And like, what was the first thing that really got you feeling like that?
Hmm, that's a good question. Um, hmm, it's not a horror movie. Well, it could
Hmm.
be a black horror movie. You ever seen damn, is I don't know, is the name of the full movie Cornbread? It's about
Oh,
the dude, he plays basketball and it's like old, it's like from the 70s. And it's based in New York City. And I think it's New York City. I don't remember. But I
hmm.
used to play basketball, so I used to watch a lot of basketball movies. So, anyways, my mom was telling me I should watch it. This one I was like maybe like 7 or 8 years old. So I'm watching the movie and it reels you in because he's like a talented basketball player. He has everything going on for him. And he lived in a rough city, whatever. Long story short, he used to run home. He was running home, dribbling, getting his, what I mean, putting his 10,000 hours in.
Right.
And apparently, someone committed a crime. So Cornbread was tall, he was skinny, he had an afro. The person who committed the crime was tall, skinny, had an afro. So they were both running. So the simultaneously, it's like the last scene of the movie. He's running home, dribbling the ball. The other guy's running from the cops, but the cops lose the guy and they shoot Cornbread. And everybody in the
Damn.
hood, yeah. So everybody in the hood is devastated. Like, oh my god, like they killed our guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was one of the first movies where I was like, damn, like, I really felt it. Like, this is crazy. Like, yeah, yeah. I wish I remember the full. I know the character's name is Cornbread though.
So the movie, so I found it. It's called Cornbread, Earl and Me. It's from
Yeah, there we go. Yep.
1975. Lawrence. Oh, this is Lawrence Fishburne's first movie. I've never heard of this before.
Crazy.
I've never heard of this before.
You gotta watch it, bro.
Son, this looks crazy. Like it's based on a novel called Hog Butcher. I've never heard of this before.
Bro.
Wow. All
Crazy
right.
movie.
Damn. Yeah, mom put you on. That's crazy. Like I'm
You know
surprised.
what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I gotta find it. Okay. Nah,
I don't know
this
where
is
it's streaming at, but it's a good movie. If you ever watch it, please,
okay. Oh no, I definitely will. No. This is going on my list. So the first time you watched this, like, I mean, like you already like went through the scene that did it for you, but like, how did it? But just like experiencing that, like, how did it feel? Just like after the movie was over, like, how did you feel about the experience of just like kind of being sucked in like that?
Man, I feel like
Because
it
you were
gives.
like young. You were
Yeah,
like
I was like 7 or 8 years old, maybe
right.
around that age group. But I
Yeah,
feel
not
like
even
it
10. Yeah.
gave, like, as a young black person, like, obviously you already deal with stuff as a black person in general before you even, want to, or you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
that's what it is as black people. So you've already had experiences, but you might not have understood it well. You might have whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But that movie, I feel like it really gave me like even more, and it hit home more for me too because I played basketball. So I'm like, damn, like it gave like it literally could happen to anybody at any time. Like it just like it just gave you a good perspective of real world things, and it helped me understand it better. Like, damn, like this really goes on. Like you know, it just it just shook me up. I feel like it was a
Right.
powerful like thing because it's like it's almost like a movie like how in Fruitvale Station, like it's just like, damn, like
Mm-hmm.
what, bro was just trying to get by. Like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like it had that same effect on me. Like, this is crazy.
Right. Like, and yeah, just like for you to be like 7, 8 years old, 9 years old, watch it, like to see that in that way is just like, I'm actually kind of happy you compared it to Fruitvale Station, because like that, because like the thing, like the thing that's so crazy about Fruitvale Station is that like everything up until they get on the
Was
BART
regular.
And yeah, exactly, like they really just emphasize it, just like, oh, like he's got a kid, he's chilling with his daughter, he's like he's just like living his life, and it's just so banal and just so like regular, you know, like he's just dolo the whole day, just
Bro.
like chilling out, and he's like, man, I want to go out on New Year's, I'm trying to go do this and that and whatever, and then like the last 25 minutes is just like the most tense thing you'll ever watch in your life. Like,
Bro, literally, I always see the tweets that go viral, but that's literally a movie you can only watch one time. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
nah.
there's no need to rewatch that. It's just like, damn, like it's crazy. It's even crazier because it's a true story, right?
Yeah, no, it's a very true story. Like he, yeah, like
Insane.
he, yeah, like he, yeah, the cop thought that the gun was a taser, and yeah, like that was like the first I thought my gun was a taser moment ever, you know,
That's
like,
insane.
yeah, and just like,
Insane.
and just like to have, I mean, like I haven't seen Cornbread, Earl and Me, but just to have that, like I could tell just from the way you described the ending that,
Bro,
like,
it's so dramatic. Like the way I would like the way that the cinematography is like they're the cinematography is following behind them. So you got the criminal, they look the same. They're tall, skinny afro, except Cornbread got a
right,
basketball and he's doing moves. He's running through the street. Or however they cross paths, the cops shoot him and not the guy there. They didn't even need to shoot the other guy, whatever the crime
right,
was.
like,
No one needed to get shot, but now they shot the wrong person. And then I don't like I haven't watched it probably in a long since then, but I don't know if he bleeds out on the street, but it's raining. It's very dramatic. It's like, damn, like not Cornbread.
Yeah, and bro didn't even have like he didn't even have like two fucking white dudes, like what's it called, on the Boondocks. Do you remember the episode? You ever see the episode of the Boondocks where where they think Tom is the Xbox killer, and they gotta go and they get fucking Gin Rummy and Ed to go, like
It
he
was
didn't even have the
terrible.
like
Terrible.
yeah, it's basically like the 100% serious version of that, you know,
Yes.
like but also like very
100%.
right,
No
like
laughs involved at all.
right, yeah, nah, like I'm gonna watch this, like I'm looking at the poster, looks crazy, so I'm gonna find it, and I'm gonna get back to you about this, because
Yeah, man, that's a classic right there, man.
I'm all in now. So like 7, 8, 9 years old is a crazy age to watch a movie like that and kind of come to that realization through movies. But like as you get older and you start to experience a little more life, and you're playing when did you stop playing basketball? Just because I'm curious.
So I stopped playing basketball in like 10th grade. My coaches was hating on me.
Gotcha.
That's a whole nother story. I'm really supposed to be at least on my third or fourth year in the G League right now. But that's a whole
Right,
nother
bro.
story. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's cool. That's not a big deal. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I
Right.
stopped playing basketball around like 14 or 15.
Got you. So like like as you're growing up, after you have this moment with the Cornbread joint, like was there a movie that kind of made you fall in love with, not even necessarily like the art of filmmaking, but just like fall in love with like because like it kind of sounds like the Cornbread movie was kind of like that experience that made you fall in love with being wrapped up in a movie. But like as you got older, were there any other examples of that you could kind of point to?
Um, I'm trying to think. Because I've always enjoyed movies like now that I'm thinking about it, I like I like Kung Fu Hustle. That was a good movie.
Hey, movie's
That's a
amazing.
good one. Um, what other movies did I like when I was young? I used to watch. Me and my dad, we used to watch a lot of like low budget, like just bought it from the barbershop movies. Like it's this one movie we used to watch all the time. It was called Studio. I don't even know where you can find it out. It's about a rapper. They're basically like parodying like 50 Cent, but it's like serious. Like it's one rapper who's like a gangster, and there's another rapper that's famous that's less popular, and his name was what was the character's name was Emery Jones. It's just really funny. But I watch stuff like that. I used to watch like a lot of blaxploitation movies when I was younger too, like Superfly, Foxy Brown, stuff like that. You know what I mean? That's what really got me like, okay, like movies are cool. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it's like about your people and you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Kung Fu Hustle wasn't about black people, but it was good though.
No, I feel you. Kung Fu Hustle in particular is like that was like that, and the director also made a movie called Shaolin Soccer that I really fucked with a lot as a kid. Like just like those, like Stephen Chow is just like he's like Kung Fu Hustle. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but like Kung Fu Hustle is just it's just like funny. It's almost kind of like Everything Everywhere All at Once, just in terms of like the different references it pulls from and like how silly and serious it could be at times. Like because like the thing. Because like on the surface, the thing I loved about Kung Fu Hustle is that it's a live action movie that looked like a fucking cartoon. And I was huge on that shit as a kid. I still am to this day, but like, like just seeing somebody kind of realize that, like, I was like, I've been waiting to see this shit. And like, and like somebody did it. But as I got older and I watched the movie and kind of realized that like, the whole point of the movie is about like him kind of fighting back against this notion of destiny, and he's like, oh, like I really want to be a part of this gang, or no, like I really want to be why am I forgetting the story now? Like he wants to do one thing but is like destined to do another, and he's like constantly fighting that destiny, and just like the idea,
like an eternal battle, like
and like that's just, and like combining that with the so like that's why I think I'm just piecing this together now. Crazy. Like that's why I think so. Like if you liked Kung Fu Hustle, you'll like Everything Everywhere All at Once. It's kind of like that on like a much bigger scale. But I started to appreciate that movie so much more as I got older just because of that. But I just ran through like 16 different thoughts. My fault. But blaxploitation and all that good shit, and barbershop movies and corner store movies and all that good shit.
Amazing.
Like, bro, like just so many memories. I just watched the most recent one. I just saw have you seen the Griselda movie? The one they made?
I haven't. I always see the ad for it on YouTube, and I'm like, I know this isn't good, but maybe I need to watch it.
Cause
then he referenced it. He was like, what did he say? He was like, and what's the name of the movie again? Like Streets or something. What is it called?
Why am I forgetting? Conflicted. That's what
he was like, conflicted. I wasn't acting. Like, all right, baby.
Son, you gotta
take it easy, buddy.
You gotta chill, bro.
As soon as he said that, I was like, oh yeah, this is a good old hood movie. I gotta tap in with Conflicted.
Cause like
I haven't watched it yet, but I always see the ad. Like it's always on my YouTube.
I caught it because I reviewed the soundtrack for Pitchfork, and they sent me the advance so I could watch the movie because I asked, like, can I watch the movie? And they were like, yeah, sure. And I watched it, and the whole time I'm thinking like, it doesn't feel right that I didn't buy this in a clear diamond jewel case with no fucking label on it, and the shit's like written on it, like
Conflicted on the CD.
Yeah, like like I should have been buying this for $15 with a bottle of CNC, like like I was like tripping that I wasn't holding the case in my hand and watching the movie. Like I was like,
watch it now.
It's like all I'm gonna say is West Side Gun comes on and shoots some kid in the face. That's how the movie ends. Like,
oh yeah, I need to watch this immediately.
It's stupid. It's fucking stupid.
I have a question for you. Can I ask a question?
Please, come on, bro.
What's your favorite hood movie?
God damn. Oh man. So off top, I got 3 answers.
Okay.
The first one is you ever see Leprechaun in the Hood before with Ice-T?
Hilarious. Hilarious. That's a good one.
So Leprechaun in the Hood is one of mine. It's a movie I watch. Like I watch it every Halloween. Every year I try to watch it. Like it's just like my man pulled the fucking bat out of his throat. I fucking die every time. That movie's amazing. And
he was in there wilding for sure.
Oh my god. So that because I've been thinking about it a lot, I'm gonna say Baby Boy, because you know I've been talking to a lot of friends recently about Baby Boy, so it's just been on my brain. So I'm gonna say Baby Boy because you know it's a classic, and I feel like kind of like we're at that point now where it's like 20 years old, so like we can
that's all GP. We gotta, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Shout out to Tyrese.
So yeah, and somebody was telling me about I was talking to the homie Drive By. Shout out to Drive By about because he went to Cali and he went to the restaurant that they go to when Taraji P. Henson finds the condom box in the car and he's buying them the burgers and the shakes. Like he went to that restaurant like recently and like their food is dumb cheap or something. Like he said he got like a whole meal for like $6. So like I've been thinking about the movie a lot. So Leprechaun in the Hood, Baby Boy, and then one more. I want to say shit.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, bro. There's so many choices. I want to say like The Wood.
Okay, that's a good one. I
want to say The Wood.
That's a good one. That's like, definitely a good choice.
Cause like it was either gonna be that or like Juice or like or like but like there's or no Paid in Full too. I got yeah. Like
I think my favorite hood movie is Killer Season. Have you ever watched Killer Season?
Oh damn! Is that the
That's Cameron's movie.
Yeah, right. Okay, yeah. No, I totally seen Killer Season.
Amazing. It's so bad. It's amazing. Oh, he gave one of the most amazing cinematic monologues ever. He was talking about if you're gonna go to college, the system is not for us. How you gonna get fresh?
How you gonna get fresh? Yeah.
Back, the jobs is not paid. How are you gonna get fresh?
And he's in the all white outfit too. Yeah, nah. He said, no, you go to high school, go to college, get a job making $30,000, fucking paying your student loans and your taxes, then your rent's $5,000 a month. You gotta eat. How you gonna get fresh? He said, how you gonna get fresh, bro? Man, god damn, what a
like so good.
It's so crazy because I think I've only seen the movie once, but I've seen that scene like 80,000 times because there was a period because like when I first joined Twitter, there was a period of time like every like every 2 months somebody would share that clip and it would just fucking it would just fucking kill me, son.
Killer Season is so funny. He spits on a little girl. Somebody gets hit in the head with a bottle. It's just amazing. Like it's such a funny movie. Cameron is hilarious.
Cameron is hilarious, and like in Paid in Full, he was like
he played that character's too good.
I'm assuming you heard the story of him bringing a loaded gun to the set, right?
Of course.
Yeah, like you know he like even forgetting all that, like. He was just so good in like all of them. Mekhi Phifer, Wood Harris, fucking Cameron, just like Regina Hall's like I rewatched it recently and I forgot Regina Hall was in Paid in Full, bro. Like that's nuts. Like
that's a good movie, bro. Shout out to Dame Dash.
God. Oh, wait. I forgot about State Property. State Property is another one of my favorite movies. Come on. Yeah.
That's up there too. Dame Dash has a good film catalog right now.
Yeah, man. He said you either get down or you fucking lay down. they really have Beanie Siegel out there acting crazy, and yeah, like Dame is actually in that one, and he's super good in that movie too. Like I was.
One of the best scenes is when he meets up with Jay-Z and Jay-Z's not saying any words. Like, oh, cinematic, like that's amazing. Brilliant.
Yo, do you watch Prim's Hood Cinema, the YouTube channel at all?
I've never heard of that. What is it called?
So it's called Prim's Hood Cinema. It's run by a guy named I'm doing free promo for Prim's Hood Cinema. Moses. So yeah, he's a guy who just like he does like retrospectives on like hood classics, like fucking Paid in Full and State Property and South Central and Menace to Society. Like he did one on Drumline. Go look him up. His channel's fucking awesome. But like yeah, just like yeah, like he mentioned in one of his he mentioned in the State Property video that like Jay probably shot all his scenes in a day. And there's just like one scene where he's like talking on the phone and he's like saying literal gibberish, just like nothing. Like just like talking in the phone like and I was just like, what do you do? They this is like he was just there to collect his fucking
the cameos in State Property are so funny. Like they said, we're including every member of Rockefeller and you're gonna take it. They got Kanye West stabbing someone. Like, come on, Kanye is stabbing somebody? Come on, What?
Son, what a time, bro. Like yeah, honestly,
man. Early
like
2000s is the real golden era of hip hop.
Honestly. I just but no, I'm so happy you asked me that question because yeah, like if I had to like I could sit here and give like 60,000 answers, but like those are just a couple that I fuck with. I don't know.
You really
how many
can't
people...
rank hood movies, man. They're just so they're so unique to the Black experience. It's just like you really they're all amazing in their own way, man.
Right, I love man. Hood movies. For real. Yeah, no, always love the hood movies at all times. So you know, like so you kind of have this basis, right, of like all these different kinds of movies from hood classics to horror movies. I also forgot about the Snoop Dogg joint. The movie where he turned into a dog and like
Bones. That's too
Bones.
Scary.
There you go. Bones is
that's
crazy.
Too scary. That's off limits. That movie is so scary.
Yeah, but Bones traumatized an entire generation of people. Let's not front right now.
I don't know why that was so scary, but it was very scary as a child. Like, what is he doing? What is going on here?
Yeah, no, Bones is really intense.
0 out of 10 would not recommend Bones to anybody. Sorry, Snoop. I'm sorry, bro.
I don't even know. I don't even know if Snoop remembers that movie, to be honest. But I remember Bones. I'll never forget Bones. But you know, you're growing up with all these different which is like all this different art. So like let's jump over to the music real quick since you're from Freeport, spent a little bit of time in Hempstead, which is of course for people who don't know De La Soul and Rock Marciano country. But like
talk to him.
But like when did you first fall in love with music and who were some of your favorite artists coming up?
Well, you know, I started going like just music, fall in love with music in general or making music.
Fall in love with music at first before you even started to make it.
Oh, like from as early as I can remember, like I've always just like been listening to so many different things. Like, you know, obviously you grow up listening to what your parents listen to, but then when you start diving into your own, you know, you just like, I listen to everything, like, and I used to like literally listen to music from everything that I was doing. So like I would be with my dad would listen to certain types of hip hop, whatever. My mom will listen to whatever R&B. Then, you know, you play video games. I would listen to video game soundtracks all the time.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? Like just stuff like that. And then by the time you get to like middle school, you know, it's like, all right, like that's like the beginning of the blog era, you know what I'm saying? So I'm super deep into the blog era, like all the way. And then I feel like as a rap nerd, once you get into the blog era, then once you're like of age, it's like, all right, let me go back and listen to a bunch of 90s hip hop. So then now you're a backpacker for like at least 2 years of your life as a hip hop nerd.
Yeah.
If you don't have that backpacker phase as a rap person or a rap critic, whatever, if you claim to like hip hop, you didn't have a backpacker 90s hip hop phase, you're lying. You're not official. I'm sorry. Like it's a prerequisite. You have to go through that stage. Like you have to go through that point especially if you go through it as a teenager, you got to be like, oh, all mainstream music sucks, man. You have to go through
Son.
that. You have to go through that phase.
Oh my
It's
God.
necessary.
Let me tell you something. I as the second I discovered who Doom was, like right before the blog era popped off. Cause like I was I was into like crunk and snap music and like all that shit. I found Doom and was like, fuck the bullshit, and did exactly what you just said, and like did all my digging into like Nas and Biggie and Tribe, and like I was the friend who was forcing all my friends to listen to Nas's Hip Hop Is Dead. Like that's like it was
Nah, y'all aren't hearing what he's talking about right now.
Like I'm fucking like 14 years old. I'm like, oh, hip hop is. I didn't know shit. Like, you know, like I was such a fucking asshole. but like I've been there. I grew out of it. I love it all now, and I'm happy. But you're right. You know,
sure.
like that's
you have to go through that phase. Though,
that's like a rite of passage.
For real, you have to go through that phase to have an appreciation for all types of rap and hip hop in general, because like you can see how you it now, like like not to talk trash about different artists' fan bases, but like because I like J. Cole, but I'm just gonna use his fan base as an example. They be trying to crucify every type of other genre of rap, and it's like, bro, every rap is good. Like all rap is the same at the end of the day. Like I seen a TikTok the other day, and it was this dude rapping Saucy Santana lyrics over a Griselda type beat.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's really a perfect example of how all rap is the same.
That's
the only difference is the production. Like, other than that, what are we really talking about? They're all rapping about the same thing. Like, come on.
Right.
If you cannot like an artist, but you can't say, oh, this one is better than that. Like, come on, stop.
And they would go crazy if Cole made a Material Girl song. No, they probably wouldn't. They probably frying for that shit. But I love that song. Shout out to Saucy Santana. I'm fucking with Saucy Santana. But yeah, he's amazing for real.
Like, come on, like rap is just such an amazing genre, and we're like literally the only genre that tries to like beef amongst different styles in the genre. Like that doesn't make any sense.
Right. You know, like it's and sorry, were you about to say something? I
was thinking I saw your tweet the other day where it's like with the like with just I'll use Playboy Cardi example because that's all mainstream or whatever. Like, like most people that are quote unquote rappity rappers like quote unquote bad rap. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, it's all amazing. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, like, man.
I hate when people try to do that divide.
Yeah, me too, bro. Like, people would be because one of my favorite moments of listening to a song this year has been when I the Flanagan album, when he was at the beginning of the Underdog joint. He says he's been listening to Thug too much. He's saying slat and shit, and it's just like people are like, you would be surprised how much somebody like Anakin fucks with somebody like Young Thug, you know, like bro, it's like it's
I
like
listen to Young Thug every single day, like
right, like me too, like it's so easy. Like Thug is crazy, you know, bro,
it's just like I don't understand how people try to separate it. Like, nah, this doesn't work in hip hop. Like, how? Why not?
Right, like and like it does my heart so good to like just kind of like move through shows and like see all the different types of artists kind of like fucking with each other and like listening to other people's shit. Like I've heard, like I haven't spent too much time in Cali, but I've heard stories about how the different subgenres or whatever the fuck of rap out there, like all the different artists, they all fuck with each other, you know, like at the time, you know, like at the time you would see like somebody like YG at like a Pac Div show. Maybe like I mean like the two of them weren't really popping like at the same time, but like those types of artists, you know, like so it like they all, you know, like you would see Blue at like a game show,
Yeah,
like yeah,
that's
like,
amazing culture clashing right there.
and just like
I just
that's
seen a picture on Twitter with Ty Dolla $ign and Earl sweatshirt.
like, come
Like
on, son.
the
My,
caption was, "We're confusing the hoes this summer."
yeah.
That's what.
That was my man Brandon's tweet. Shout out to Brandon. That tweet was
Shout out to Brandon.
amazing.
That's an amazing tweet. Like that's really Let's confuse him. Let's throw a curveball. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man. Yeah, nah, like that's like more of that. I don't have anything else to say, but just more of that. Like give me
Yeah.
the, cause what's it called? Vince and Ty Dolla $ign just put out a song on Vince's new album, and the song is great. Lemonade is fucking
Amazing.
awesome. Like I can't wait for the Earl Ty Dolla $ign song. Like give me
You know
all
what
of
I'm
that
saying?
shit. Like come on.
People need to learn to love rap as a whole. If you're not
Right.
gonna like all elements of rap, now there might be things you might not prefer to listen to. That's fine.
And that's cool.
But don't say one is worse than the other, because
Yeah, don't
it's
be a
all
hater. Like
yeah.
that's hater shit at the end of the day. Like,
Yeah. But
you know,
I think that sums up the question. That's when I got into music. Definitely, you know what I mean? Just,
hell yeah.
being around.
Right. Like, yeah, like before we move on, like my whole thing these days is like open your mind and jam the door so it can't close. Just do that. Like
I like that.
just open your mind and jam the door. But like on that note, was there, so like as you were growing up and you kind of really fell into the blog era, rap, and just like just like this mix of different shit, like with movies and music, was there ever a period of time where you consciously linked music and movies together in a way where like you realize that they complement each other? Like did that ever occur to you?
Um, hmm. Yeah, definitely, because I feel like I don't know when the specific time was. Maybe I'll say like high school time, because I feel like during that time, like that's when I started like noticing like when you like a different aesthetic type of thing, like like I don't want to say I became an art snob, but I became an art snob. So it's like, okay, like, you start realizing what sounds or what complements something versus, what I mean, something different. Like, okay, this song works better for something that looks like this. And it wouldn't necessarily with film. I would say like for music videos, like I like
Yeah,
a,
that
I
works.
like the certain style of cinematography. I like the, what I mean, as opposed to other things. So I feel like it was different strokes for different folks. Like, but that's when I noticed like different things worked with different, you know,
Right. What
visually and on and for the audio.
what were what were some of your favorite music videos coming up? Cause like that was cause like that era, like you're 3 years younger than me. So like you're my sister's age. So like we kind of, yeah, like you get it. Like what were
Yeah,
like you were kind of like in that, like, I don't want to say like peak era, because like everyone's different, everyone's perspective on peak is different, but like that early 2000s to 2010s era where like music videos ran television, like.
yeah. Like I mean, obviously, I like everybody. Obviously, Missy Elliott had crazy videos. Busta Rhymes had
Uh-huh.
crazy videos.
Yeah.
Eminem had crazy videos.
Yes, he did.
Um, like that's that era. And then also, like, I mean, I feel like everybody, those videos were all kind of like they're different, but I like put them in the same realm because that's when video budgets was like $1 million.
Yeah, bro.
I like to transfer over to the internet era where the video budget was clearly like $2,000 and they still made an amazing video. Let me think. What was a good video I used to really like watch a lot? You ever seen the Locals Only Dom Kennedy video when he
Yeah.
gets on the train? I used to think that video was so amazing. I don't know who shot that. I used to like that video. I used to like the Cut You Off Kendrick Lamar video.
Yeah.
Um,
The rigor mortis video too,
the
like when
rigor
he's just like
mortis
walking around.
video was
Yeah.
hopped over the gate. That was no, that was the one where he was that was damn, what's that song? Not rigor mortis. Rigor mortis was fire though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Damn, it was
The one where he hopped
it
over
was
the
it was
gate.
on Section 80. I forgot the song. Ignorance is Bliss. That video was
Okay.
hard.
Right. Okay.
Um,
Yeah. Nah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, just I really like those blog era videos. And then also I like when Chief Keef came out and he changed the trajectory of music videos completely, because bro's making music videos just in one room. That would be it. And all
Yeah.
their songs were bangers. So, but it just like it shows like how crazy it was, because his that was obviously that was because all they had. I don't think they were like intentional with that. It was just like, we're doing a video in the room. But it
Right.
changed
Yeah.
the whole industry. I feel like everybody started doing cheaper videos. Like,
Oh yeah, like that was like a time like the Finado video alone of just like them like in front of the door and shit, like because like it's that and Herbo and Bibby's kill shit, because it's just them
yeah,
rapping in front of
just
apartment buildings and they
chilling
just put it up on
outside.
YouTube, like yeah,
Like
like
Steve Bang video was
yeah.
crazy. The Don't Like Every Day's Halloween. Like all those videos are literally just them sitting in a room. Like it's amazing how much it changed like music videos in general. Like
Like and just what else? Um I kind of had to I still think about what he said about Jersey
oh yeah,
on
my bad. Pardon me, bro.
no,
Pardon
no,
me,
no,
man.
it's cool. It's cool.
I didn't even bring up the top, man. I'm sorry, bro.
I never took it personally. I just never really thought about it until people started bringing it up recently. And I'm like, he did have some shit to say about Jersey, didn't he? But it's nah, man. Shout out to Keef. Shout out to Keef. Shout out to Keef. His last
Bro said
project
he
was
was
super
gonna
good.
blow New Jersey up. That's insane. I feel him though, because they tried to rob him, so I get it.
I feel
I
it.
understand.
Nah, like completely justified. I feel it. I feel it. Um, what's it called? Thoughtbreaker is one of my favorite albums of the 2010s. I don't think that album got the love it deserved. That and that and the Zaytoven project, Glotoven was fucking nuts too.
Bro, Chief Keef is amazing.
Yeah, he's only 20, like he's only 25 and he feels like he's been around for like 40 years. Like
Bro,
he's
it's
just
insane.
like
Insane.
I almost want to call him like Wayne in that way,
Yeah,
but like but like not really, because like Wayne was like a child when he started, like he was
yeah.
like a child when he joined the Hot Boys, but like Keith was like, when did Bang and Finado pop? How old was he when those songs popped?
Bang came out. Me and Chief Keef were the same age, so I specifically remember because I was in high school.
Okay,
Bang
okay.
came out, I think, in like 2011 or 2012, and Don't Like came out in like 2013.
Yeah,
Like
I was
in
in
Love
college when
Sosa.
I was in college when Don't Like came out. I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't Like and Love Sosa. I feel like it's like when he
Right.
really like blew up. That was like 2013 or 2012, 2013, one of the two. I know I was still in high school, so
Right. Okay.
crazy
But
time.
yeah, like just like yeah, like just to see the influence that he still has, and just like
Yeah,
he really did it in his own way and was like kind of forced to, because of the whole situation with him and like not being able to play in Chicago, and just like
exactly.
and like the whole label thing he went through, and he's just like his just he's just like, it's just insane the amount of things he's accomplished, and he's not even 30 years old. Like
Yeah,
I just like he's lived so much life in 27 years. Like I
it's
can't,
crazy.
it's a lot. But shout out to Keith. Shout out to Chief
Big
Keith.
facts.
Um
Big facts.
so around this time, like
Yeah,
around the time you were in high school, no, from what I understand, you recorded your first song when you were about 7 years old.
yeah.
When did you know that you really wanted to like pursue music for real, like a thing that just went beyond like, oh, this is a fun little hobby shit, like I'm gonna do this?
So like my whole life, my three things have always been: I played basketball. I played all sports, but basketball was like number one. So I was an athlete first. I've been into music and I've been into clothes. So those have always been three, you know what I mean, the three major things for me. So when I was in middle school, high school, playing sports, I always recorded and wrote music. Like it was always a thing that I've done. But I feel like taking it like seriously where it's like, okay, like let's really pursue it. I was probably like like 18 or 19. I did a collaboration project with somebody, and it didn't work out. We ended up not releasing it, but I was 19 and we shot a video, and that's how I met my partner Christian, who also is an incredible filmmaker. Print Shop is out on YouTube. Brown with
Hard.
Blue is also on YouTube. Glitter and Gold won a South by Southwest Festival award. I don't know the name of the award, but whatever.
Wow.
Shout out to Christian. But from that point on, it was like, okay, like we really got to take this serious. Like, we're doing, that was when we really started taking, I feel like, the right steps and started creating with intention, like this is what we're doing. This is the game plan. And this is how I'm operating. I'm doing music, So I would say like 18 or 19, like that's when I really started locking in.
Right. And it's the like some of the earliest music of yours I was able to find only goes back to like 2-3 years ago. So like you were making music, but like were you releasing it like places? Like did you do it like under a different name or something?
So I had my original name, which is funny because it's that was one of my thought points I had in my head. My original rap name before this was Dylan Forbes, but I decided to switch my name to my real name. But yeah, I think the first song like most like recently put out was probably like 2018. Was
Okay.
Mad at the World with Thelonious, and
Oh wait, duh, I knew that. Damn. Yeah, no.
Yeah, that's like no, it's 2022. So what's that? 4 years ago, 3-4 years
yeah,
ago.
just about, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, but that's like, but prior to that, I only had really like, again, a few songs out, like not a lot. I feel like a lot of people knew I knew how to rap, and I like I don't know, but I never just I feel like it's also like a perfectionist thing. Like I always wanted to present like a high quality product the way I want to do it, like with the artistic integrity intact and all those things. So I feel like if it wasn't on that level for me, then I didn't want to put it out. So when I did finally put stuff out, I feel like, all right, it's time. It looks nice. The art is cool. The beat is nice. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Right. And on top of all of this, like you're working a day job. And which is like, I've been there. I feel you. I've done the 9 to 5, and sneak in, work in the other job at lunch, and whenever you finish all your other shit, like yeah, I get it. Very, very relatable. But like what's what's one part of juggling a day job and an aspiring rap career that is like that like you feel most people like don't really understand? Like what's like the hardest aspect of kind of having to do both? Or is there one for you? Or does it just kind of I don't want to infer any shit.
Yeah, at this point I don't think it's too much. The only thing I found is a lot of people, like I was talking to my guy Verde, who I just dropped a video, like internet video type of thing to promote.
Shout out to Verde.
To promote an album. And he was telling me, he's like, bro, his girl is a major label artist. She signed, she does all this other stuff. He was telling me, he's like, bro, you look like you got a deal. Like, what is like, who is doing all this stuff? Like, and I'm like, bro, it's just me and my manager. Like, I'll be funding everything. Like, he's like, bro, what? So I feel like that's a common misconception, is that like people think I have like some sort of big backing going on or whatever. And it's like, nah, I just like investing into my art. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
but I feel like that's a common thing. But other than that, it hasn't really been any like thing. I feel like my music career hasn't got to the point where it's like it's not conflicting with my work schedule yet. But I definitely would like to be doing music full time though, for sure. You know
right.
What I mean?
Yeah.
That's
yeah, that's the dream, of course, like that like it's yeah, just like having the ability to like have that extra money to kind of like supplement you and like pay for like just to like not to have to worry about like where I'm gonna get food or like where my
Yeah,
rent money is gonna come from. You know, like that's like it's
thousand
a
percent.
it's a good position to be in. And um it's great that you're at a point right now where everything's like nice and balanced. So you still like so you have the job and you're able to put money from that job into the art and then get money back from the art. And just like to have those,
Yeah.
just to like double up on that shit is always a cool thing to see.
Yeah, I'm in a good space right now. I'm grateful. You know what I mean? I'm like I said, I
Mhm.
was able to sell the album and make some money from it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's not life changing money, but it's still it was a decent amount of money to be selling my first project. So, you
Right.
know what I mean? I'm grateful. You know what I mean?
How many $5,000 pairs of sneakers you gonna buy off Grail with your money from the album?
Oh man, I already have the list ready to go. So as soon as I get, you know what I mean? Come on, stop playing.
I'm just thinking about how Rock Marciano said a feature for him is sneaker money or some shit, and just like that's just like,
Like,
you know,
damn,
like
what sneakers you buy it, bro?
right. Buying fucking like goat skin sneakers with fucking like fucking like crocodile skin laces, like
It's just something outlandish.
type
Like,
shit,
yep, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing.
like so after all this time, like you've been releasing music since at least 2018, you've been recording since you were at least 7,
Yeah,
and you decide that it's time to put out Ebony Goddess.
yeah,
And like and just like first and foremost the title, like Ebony Goddess, you know,
yeah.
I listened to it a bunch. It's of course like I'm fucking with it. And like I don't know, like where did the title Ebony Goddess come from? Because there's nothing in the music itself that would lead me to believe this project would be called Ebony Goddess. So I'm just curious.
So
Not
you're
that it
100.
needs to, but like
No, that's 100% correct. So originally, so so I'll take so initially I was just making songs like to release as singles, like just how I was releasing singles prior, just putting out songs, trying to build the buzz off of that.
right.
So Thelonious reached out. Well, I reached out to him. I'm like, yo, bro, let's do another song. He's like, yo, let's do a project with Jacob instead. I'm like, okay, you don't gotta tell me twice, brother, man. Let's
Hell
do it.
yeah.
So we were doing that. So originally, I had the name Ebony God. I was gonna do a EP with Jacob. This is like maybe 2019. I was gonna do an EP with Jacob, like maybe like 3 or 4 songs, and call it Ebony God. And then when I started working on this project, we were thinking of a name. I was like, oh, let's do Ebony God. And then Christian, he was like, that's my boy, the filmmaker. You know what I mean? Shout out to Big Bro. He was like,
Mm-hmm.
what about Ebony Goddess? And I was like, okay. It just sounded more dramatic. And I was like, all right, bet, let's do it. That's just how the name came about. But it stuck. And then when I would tell it to people, they'd be like, wow, that's a crazy name. And I would be like, yeah, man, Ebony Goddess, baby. You know what I'm saying? Word.
Yeah, it
So
sounds
that's
cool as
originally how
hell.
it came about. Yeah. It
Right.
sounds cool.
Right. Like yeah, yeah. And like the cover is of a woman holding a child. And like I really went into like my whole, like I was like I'm so used to like the title connecting to the music and like a concept sense. So I was just like, am I missing something here? Like I'm not
Nope.
hearing any. So like, but yeah, I was
The
overthinking it.
only connection I feel like with the title and the music is in the intro to Dinner with Hove, where I think it's Farrakhan.
Okay.
I don't know because I didn't. That was on the beat when I got it already, but I'm pretty sure it's Farrakhan though. He says this man is so blessed by God. That's literally the only correlation with maybe the title and the music. But other than that, it's just a random name.
Got you. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Not like yeah. Like it's cool, and like shout out to all the Ebony Goddesses. Like that's like not even like it's
Thousand
just a,
percent.
it's just you can't go wrong. I was just curious
Yeah,
because I just
where you
fuck with
know
the
what I
title.
mean? It
Like
just sounded cool.
Hell yeah. So, like of course you mentioned Thelo a bunch. That's
Yeah.
the homie. We went to high school together.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, nah, he's from or he spent I don't know if he's from Montclair, but he spent some time in Montclair. He's from
Yeah.
Chicago, but like he was a year young, he was a year under me. So like that's like
Okay.
I've been meaning to get him on here. I gotta do
Yeah,
that at
man.
some point.
I gotta plug that in, man. We gotta make that happen, man.
Hell
You
yeah.
know, bro be watching movies. He be cooking. He be doing all types of stuff.
Oh hell yeah! Now we got to make that happen. So you talked about so of course like this project is entirely produced by Jacob and Thelo. So talk to me about your relationship with Thelo and Jacob, because it seems like you've known Thelo for a minute. So like what was it? So like what was it about the two of them? How did y'all first meet? And what's your favorite aspect of working with the two of them? Like what do you feel they bring out of you that nobody else does?
So I actually knew Jacob first. I
Mm-hmm.
went out to LA to shoot a video for my song Dead Eddie. It's on YouTube now. Go check that out. Um,
Hey.
but when I went out there to shoot the video, my partner Christian again, he was working on the film print shop that I mentioned earlier, and they were Jacob also, along with being a producer, Rose is like an incredible illustrator. He DJs. He does so many different things. He drew the the poster for the film. So he came over to our Airbnb, and that's how I met Jacob. This is like 2016, maybe. So while he was there, we were like, "Oh yeah, I'm shooting a music video." So he's like, "Yo, I make beats." So he played some beats, and I started rapping on it, and then we just been tight since then. So then fast forward. So now, well, this is not actually a fast forward. So in 2015, I bought a beat from Thelonious and I recorded "Mad at the World." That's when I originally recorded the song. I didn't even put it out till
Right.
2018 though. But I got the beat from him, but I never heard back from him. Like we emailed him back, but I didn't have a relationship with him, so I didn't, we didn't, whatever. You know how that goes. So
Yeah.
I seen Jacob was cool with him. So I'm like, oh, yo, bro, we want to put this song out, bro, produced it, but we just want to, get his love, for the release. So then eventually, like, he started following me and we just became cool like that. And then, yeah. But I feel like both of their production styles are just like it was like super easy to work with them also because we just had a group chat and they would just send beats in the group chat. They weren't like pressuring me like, oh, because I write really slow. I'm not gonna lie. It's my that's my little like rappers be like, oh bro, pull up to the studio. Like, bro, I don't know how the verse is gonna get done because you gotta send me the verse, you gotta send me the beat at least a week in advance, something. But but so
Uh-uh.
they just would send beats in the group chat. I would send songs that would be like, this is good. This is, what I mean? This is cool. This is like, what I mean? It's just like a real constructive process. So it was cool. I liked it. What I mean? They definitely like bring out like that raw rap energy in me that I mean, that I wanted to have on this project. Like my goal for the project, because it's not really any like you said, there's no theme to it. It's just, I just wanted to rap really good. So
Hard.
that was the goal. You know what I mean?
Right. And like you mentioned that this initially started as like a just like a just like a bunch of singles.
Yeah.
And why did you decide now was the time to drop an album? Like why 2022? And why this specific batch of songs?
I think because so initially when I was just releasing singles, my goal was to build up to the point where I should release a project, right? Like I didn't want to be that guy that has 20 albums. This I've always thought, but even now that I started taking music seriously, it's like, okay, I don't want to be that guy who's always releasing mixtapes and albums and projects onto deaf ears. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like I took the time with these, and then even how will I release the singles for the project? I released the first single in August and the second single in December or February. Like I took time in between each thing to like try to build up to the point where it is an album. So I feel like it was just a timing thing. Like I don't know. I just thought it was just a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the album is out. I got two reputable people producing it. That was even more of a reason
Mm-hmm.
for me to drop it. You know, more people have tuned into me now more than ever that I've had. So, you know, it was like there's no time like the present. You know what I'm saying? And also too, it's a good, I said this the other day, but it's a good foundation, like how you said you were looking up music for me, where there's not really too much you can go to. So this is a good, like, okay, I can listen to this. I can base my opinion off of him as an artist. I can,
Right.
you know what I mean? You know, so that was another reason why.
Right. And like, and just like your rhyme schemes are ridiculous. Like this isn't even
Hey,
like a
bro.
segue into a question, but just like,
Thank you, man.
listening to songs like Forever Stacking and Hate to See It, and really just like really most of these, but like just like I could really tell that you love tumbling with words. Like you just love playing with words and putting them together. And like, I don't think people understand how hard it is to put words together that rhyme, but also like function properly. Cause like you hear so
Bro,
many people who will just like rap real fast and like everything sounds like it meshes, but you're just
but
like
it doesn't.
saying nothing. You're saying nothing. And like it sounds cool, but like not that it has to mean something, but just like
Yeah, I get it. It's not cohesive.
right, like you put it together and you're saying a thing and it rhymes, like that's not easy to do at all.
Man, I
Like
really, I really appreciate that, bro. Also, it's funny you said that because that was one of the reasons me and Jacob clicked. Because originally when we met and I was rapping, that was the first thing he said to me. I always remember because I intentionally do it. He was like, "Bro, you be rhyming all your syllables," and I'm like, "Thank you for smiling. Someone finally noticed. Like, thank you so much, bro. I really try hard to do that." And he was like, "Man, that's crazy. Like, people don't really do that all the time." And I was like, "Man, I really, what I mean, I try to be as intentional as possible with writing. I try to make my words count. I'm not trying to waste no bars. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at rapping."
right, and yeah, like I could tell like how serious you take it. And it's just like and it's just like
Thank you, bro.
and it's like all the songs, like the songs flow, and like you just be getting your shit off, like it's not even like it's like overwrought or there's like a concept or like something crazy. Like sometimes you tell stories, but like not to it, like you just be getting your shit off.
Man,
And
thank you so much,
like,
bro.
nah, no doubt. And just like to have, and like for this to be your debut album and you're pulling names like Boldy and Havoc out of the fucking hat, just like out of the air,
Come on.
like bro, what a flex to just like have a Boldy James feature and a Havoc feature on your
Isn't
first
it
album.
crazy?
Like what?
Crazy.
Like that's
That's
fucking nuts.
crazy,
Like congratulations first and foremost. But
bro.
like
Thank you.
how did that happen? Like, did you like reach out to people and or like how did that happen?
Bro, these are like the most the two features the only time like I reached out for the whole project. Everything else has just been organic working across with people that I know. But with Boldy, bro just DM'd to my manager Amori. He just DM'd him. He said, "Yo, can we get a verse? This is before Bo Jackson is out." So we got the verse last March, I think, or April. So the music has been done for quite a while, like a hold you.
Right. Yeah.
So so we hit him up, we hit up Boldy. He's like, "Oh yeah," he tells us whatever. So we're like, "Okay, cool." We send him the beat. He's like, "Oh, this is a Thelonious beat." We're like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, I done smoked a few of these." Yeah, okay, bet. Say that.
Hey.
Got the verse back. How many days? 1 day. I'm like, this is okay. Bet. So then we followed up with him maybe like a few days later. We're like, yo, we have to do a video. Like, so he's like, yeah, bro, let's do a video. He's like, but I'm going to LA this weekend to do my album. So y'all got till this weekend. So we flew to Detroit, did the video. We were in Detroit for like maybe like 30 hours. We did the video and we came back to New York easy as pie. You know what I mean? Shout out to my
Wow.
guy Nick Bruno. Shout out to Boldy. You know what I mean? They held it down. We was just chilling. Havoc, um, again, my manager DM'd him. Super random that he replied. He was like, he sent him a video we did in like 2018. It didn't come out on YouTube, right? It was just on Instagram. But we sent him the video, and he was like, "Yo, this is incredible! Like, you're one of the best rappers I ever heard in my life." And I'm like, "Excuse me, you rap with Prodigy? What are you talking about? Like me?" I'm like, "All right, like cool." He's like, "Yo, I want to meet you. I want to help, like whatever I can do." So we met him. We met him at a Prodigy like tribute concert in the city. We chopped it up with him for a little bit. You know, he's just like, yo, whatever I could do to help assist you. Like, you know, they used to live in Freeport too
Right. Yeah.
in the early 2000s. So he's like, yo, I already know like what type of time you're on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying like I live in the worst neighborhood in the world because I don't.
Right.
But
Yeah.
he's like, yo, I get it. Like, you're not like a white bread picket fence type of guy. Like, I understand where you come from. And he's like, yo, any way I can help, you know, just let me know. So we just maintained that relationship over that span of time. So my manager just sent him the song Salt. It just had one verse and the hook on it. And again, he sent back the verse this literally the same day, like in a few hours. And I'm like, what? Like, I didn't even know I was getting a verse. He was just like, oh, have laid a verse on it. Here you go. And I'm like, bro, what? Like, this is crazy. Like, what? So it was even though we reached out, it was like the most organic reach outs I've ever like. It's crazy.
Right. And just like to have them, you know, like to have like fucking Havoc, you know, like fucking legend, like you know, like a rap legend, obviously, like Mobb Deep, rest in peace to Prodigy, all of that shit. But just like, like Havoc works with fucking Kanye and all of them now.
That's
So
what I'm
like just
saying. I'm like, you think
yeah,
I'm one
like
of the best rappers you've ever heard? That's crazy, bro.
that's wild, and like to just like have people like him and Boldy like so willing to just like, like Boldy could have just been like, oh, you want to do a video? I don't really have time for that. But like, like he like made time to do that with you, like he
It's
like,
crazy. And then what's
that's
even
crazy.
crazier, when we were, chopping it up and we were with Boldy, Mobb Deep took him on his first tour. So it was just like the connections
Right.
were just even more amazing. Like, damn, like this is crazy. Like, I got a song where you work with Alchemist. Like, yeah, it's just like an amazing connection all the way through. Like,
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like that whole little like inner circle is just like a
yeah,
thing.
man.
Yeah.
I'm still on the outside of the circle. I'm trying to get in my damn self.
Hey, man. Like
Yeah, I'm grateful, man.
it's a start, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's a
man,
start right here.
100%.
Damn.
I'm grateful.
Yeah, no, I feel it. Like that. Yeah, yeah. Like you worked hard for this, and just like to see the response the album's gotten, and just like to listen to it, and just like have it be like just like it's your debut, and like you said before, like you kind of like you said that this is basically just like the Marcel Allen primer. Like
Yeah,
this is just like these this handful of songs is like this is the type of time I'm on. And like
100%.
that's like obviously it's like a pivotal important moment. um and the last thing I want to ask you, I've never asked this question before, but depending on how well this goes, I think I might have this be the final question that I ask
Let's
everybody
do
on
it,
here.
man. Let's do it.
So bear with me because I've never asked this question before. As an artist, if your life was a movie, what would it be about?
Okay. Hmm. Okay, boom. So I'm gonna give you the whole synopsis.
Let's
It's
go.
gonna be. It's gonna be. This is actually an idea I had for a show or a comedy on another hand, but I'm gonna use it for this. So it's gonna be called Alibi Guy. It's gonna be a black
Okay.
superhero.
Let's
Alibi
go.
Guy. He's just always around holding it down for everybody that needs him. You know what I'm saying? But then also he be holding himself down. And you know what I mean? So the movie Alibi Guy is gonna be about how I've been holding everybody else down for so long, but now Alibi Guy is taking time to do him. You know what I'm saying? So that's what my album, I mean, that's what my movie is gonna be about. Yeah, y'all are used to me helping out. I love helping y'all. I don't mind. But I'm about to take some time to do me right now, baby. That's that's what it's gonna be about. Who's gonna
Oh,
play me? We're gonna go. We're gonna go with uh. Hmm. I'm going with Cedric the Entertainer. Cedric the Entertainer is playing me.
okay.
Um. We're gonna go with. I don't know her name. I think it's Carrie Vaughn. That was his girlfriend in the Steve Harvey show.
Pretty
She's
sure,
gonna
yeah.
she's gonna be his girlfriend in the Alibi guy.
Hmm.
And yeah, Havoc and Boldy, they could play themselves in the movie. We're gonna pull up on them. Uh Thelonious is gonna be played by uh
Thelonious is gonna be played by Jeffrey Wright. I'm saying that right now. Like that's
he's gonna be played by Jeffrey Wright. I don't know who Jacob's gonna be. Jacob's gonna be I don't know. He's gonna be Wood Harris. I don't know.
okay.
And that's how the movie's gonna go. We're gonna, navigate through Alibi Guy's life. Shout out to
All right.
Alibi Guy.
I love it. Alibi guy. That shit is crazy. Yeah, nah, this is yeah, you heard it here first. This is how we're ending every episode now. That was a crazy answer. Wow.
Yes,
Damn.
sir.
I don't got any more questions, but bro, this was so great. Like it's
Yeah,
been
man,
it's
I'm
been it's
glad.
it's been a fucking hour and a half. This was great. Like wow, thank you so much.
I appreciate you, bro. I'm glad we were able to do this, man. I'm
Oh, me
excited to
too.
hear the final, you know what I mean?
Yeah, me
Excited.
too. Like I'm just like this is just the fact that we took about an hour to answer the first four questions already lets me know that we were
You
having
know
like
what I
the yeah
mean?
it's like it's just this was yeah nah I'm just like I'm happy to see everything you've been doing. The album's really great. I can't wait to see where you go. So just like congrats and just like thank you for giving me Alibi Guy. Like
Thank you so much, bro. Like, yeah, I've been having an Alibi Guy in my brain for quite a while. I had to let it out, man. Thank you, bro. I
damn
really, what I mean, I appreciate you inviting me on the show. I watch a few of the other episodes. I'm just happy to be in company with, with everybody
man.
that's participated so far, man.
Yeah, you already know, man. Like it's like I said, I've been like yeah, like I've been on it for a little bit, and just like to the fact that you were even interested is just like yeah. So just thank you, like
Thank you, bro. Feelings mutual, man.
absolutely. Thanks for listening. Shout out to y'all for making it this far, and shout out to all the Black people listening too, because y'all really impeccable. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend to come through next time. 1.